Welcome back to Mastering Google Ads. We are in a course called Google Search Ads Certification by Google on Google Skillshop. What did we learn yesterday about it? What did we read about? What did we learn? We're in this section called Unlocking Opportunities with Broad Match. We learned about 2 ways to implement broad match experiments. First way we actually implemented yesterday, which is to go to the recommendations page and just click apply. It will add a bunch of new broad match keywords. I'm not sure if it switches any phrase match, exact match. It may switch some phrase match and exact match to broad match as well. How do you check if that did well? You use, after you've let it run for sufficient time, you'll go to use, what was it called? Keyword something. No, not keyword something. There's some report, search terms report. The search terms report you can use to check how you're doing, how the broad match implication or the implications of broad match, how they've been doing. The second way is to implement one-click experiments, which is a setup, and we're about to read about how to conduct a good experiment. Cool. What else do we read about? Broad match works best with smart bidding. Smart bidding works best with conversion data. Smart bidding, I believe, is talking about value-based conversions, tracking value-based conversions, setting target ROAS or target CPA. Okay. Broad match uses all the available signals, limited, compared to exact and phrase match was limited. Signals being user demographics, time of day, device, conversion signals, etc. Cool. Somehow that's all we got through yesterday, apparently. Yep. So I got a lot of time today to continue to read this article, and we'll likely finish it today and get into the next one. So I'll be back in a little bit to recall. All right, guys, just completed that article. So what did we take away? So for running experiments, you want to wait till statistical significance. It's a term from statistics. They say for a general thumb 30 days and 30 conversions within 30 days, but they just said 30 conversions on this, or 30 days within this one. Actually, they said about 4 weeks, ignoring the ramp up phase. So about 5 weeks, actually. The 1 week ramp up phase, it's too volatile. It's just learning. They say to ignore that. So basically they say don't touch anything for 30 days once you're running an experiment on either, A/B, on the control or the experimental group. Don't make any changes. Let it sit. Then it talked about broad match best practices. So again, we see to match, to categorize your campaign, organize them into ad groups of similar nature, similar products, similar service, similar, etc., like that. Someone's vacuuming, great time, but it's all right. Thinking, broad match, best practices, categorize key ad groups into similar keywords, landing pages, products, similar services, etc. We do this already pretty well. Another broad match best practice is to I'm not exactly sure. There's something about brand restriction. So you can market just for specific brands. So only specific brands. You only show up for specific brands, apparently. I'm not exactly sure on that. They keep these things so short, like a sentence or two, that it's hard to understand exactly what they refer to. But it's something about brand restrictions or Another is be mindful of negative keywords, only having negative keywords that you really do not want to show your ads for. There's one other thing for broad match best practices. Consider brand restrictions in broad match. Follow creative best practices. So make sure that your landing page, headlines, descriptions, assets, they all are congruent with the queries you're targeting, the keywords you're targeting. All right. So follow creative best practices. Be mindful of negative keywords. Consider brand restrictions. And what was the first one? Dang it. Broad match best practice. Categorize your campaigns into ad groups. Ad groups have similarities based on similarities. Ad groups based on similarities. Common theme, they say specifically. Common theme is a good succinct way of putting it. All right. That is another lesson done, or activity done on this certification course. That puts us into 7 out of the 20 complete. All right. Reach your users with responsive search ads is the next category. Engage users with AI-powered creative. Is this the asset thing we just set up? I don't know, but this is the next activity. I'm going to read some of it. Got a few more minutes, and then I'll be back to recall. Wrapping up for today. So this section is all about, our activity is all about responsive search ads. We kind of got a better definition, understanding of what responsive search ads are. They are ads that basically Google mixes up the headlines and descriptions. You give a bunch of headline possibilities, a bunch of description possibilities to Google, and it will experiment to find the best combination. And I think combination specifically for specific users and searches. Apparently, like the opposite of responsive search ads are extended text ads, which maybe are not responsive. You just say the headlines and the description, that's it. They don't change. There's about an average of 7% more conversions for responsive search ads. So it's not like, I thought it would be a lot more. Personally, 7% doesn't seem like a ton, but 7%, hey, that's a good improvement. Then we I started watching a video on setting up responsive search ads, and basically when you're typing in all the different headlines and descriptions, Google will give you an ad strength rating. There's 5 ratings: no ads, poor, good, no ad, poor, average, good, and excellent. So probably want to get to excellent. I mean, so yeah, I think that's basically it. Yep. They adapt, responsive search ads adapt to the query and individual searching to improve performance. So another day, another activity completed, another activity started. So new stuff learned, responsive search ads, and broad match best practices for experimenting. So that's it for today. I'll talk to you later. See ya.